what are to blame? These exchanges at the White House briefing.
Are the children being used as prods against the four-wall? Yes or no? Can you say yes or no?
The children are not being used as a pawn. We are trying to protect the children, which is why I'm asking Congress to act.
Are you intending for parents to be separated from their children? Are you intending to send them back?
To create a policy that purposely does that.
The fact is that family separations are the result of the Trump administration's interpretation of federal immigration law, an interpretation that no previous administration dared adopt. California Senator Kamala Harris is now calling for the Homeland Security Secretary to resign, as she told CNN Monday evening.
She is leading an agency and a policy that is separating children from their parents, and it's got to stop, so she should go.
The administration has been prosecuting anyone illegally entering America since they implemented the zero-tolerance policy in April.
The United States will not be a migrant camp, and it will not be a refugee-holding facility.
Today at the White House, the president said his administration is being scapegoated for enforcing existing immigration laws. Former presidential candidate Hillary Clinton also spoke out today.
Separating families is not mandated by law at all. That is an outright lie.
But some Republicans agree with the president that the problem here was created by Democrats who wouldn't cooperate with putting together an immigration bill.
My Senate Democrat colleagues have voted against each and every effort to try to stop this. And my hope is that this publicity and the concern will prompt us to some action.
Finally, a new CBS poll released Monday shows that 2/3 of Americans believe separating children from their parents at the border is unacceptable. Democrats and independents are overwhelmingly against it, but even Republicans say it's unacceptable by a small margin. Now, tomorrow, President Trump is scheduled to meet with Republicans to discuss how they can get an immigration bill through Congress and onto his desk. President Trump's demand is the bill must contain billions of dollars for building the border wall. Crystal, Juan, back to you.
Thanks, Dave. And we continue our live team coverage with Stacey Butler.
Yeah, I think it's inside the only trial detention center in California that members of Congress today.
She's live in Open Home east of downtown San Diego with that part of the story. Stacey.
This one, Jeff, what's happening behind these gates is so infuriating to some parents. They drove for hours just to protest right here earlier today. And the highest-ranking House Democrats showed up with a delegation to announce to the world this is not okay.
This is not an immigration issue. This is a humanitarian issue. It's about the children.
Heartbreaking. That's what House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi called the separation of families. She spoke in front of members of Congress who toured 4 detention centers near the border today as backlash over the policy of separating children from parents crossing the border illegally continues to escalate. Democrats want the American people to understand what's happening to nearly 2,000 children taken from their parents at the border.
That they have no chance to say goodbye to their kids. But they were put into a room in some instances, were just told that they weren't going to see their kids anymore. It's heartbreaking. And that is what is happening, and that is the injustice.
Outside the detention center in El Cajon, locals protested the zero-tolerance policy.
Separating children from their parents is not anything that anybody should do, least of all the United States of America.
The Department of Homeland Security provided this video inside the facility where 62 boys are being held today. Some as young as 6 years old have either been separated from their parents or arrived in the U.S. alone. Congressman Juan Vargas, who represents San Diego, defended Democrats after President Trump blamed them for the separation.
Yes, before they've been unaccompanied minors, yes. Kids have arrived without their mom and dad. But no, we didn't take children and rip them away from their moms and they're trying to nurse their kids. We didn't do stuff like that. No, that's you.
The Department of Homeland Security says aside from prosecutions, the only time that they separate children from their parents is when they can't prove a familial or custodial relationship. That's the latest from El Cajon. Stacey Butler, back to you guys from the studio.
And of course, a very important story for our viewers here. We'll have, of course, continuing coverage unfolding at the Child Detention Center near the U.S.-Mexico border here on KCON News throughout the days and weeks to come on our website here at KCON.com.
And caught on camera, a violent fight at a homeless camp in Hollywood. Residents say it happens all the time, and tonight they're
fed up and fighting back. KCAL9's Tom Wade is live at Poinsettia Park, where folks are demanding action. Tom.
And that's right, Crystal. We first reported this story last month. Neighbors sent us some videos of some of the homeless getting into fights at this encampment. They're very sensitive to the problem here, but they say it's become a safety issue. Video of a fight from a homeless encampment was recorded by a frustrated neighbor late at night. We're told the two people going at it live or hang out at this encampment just outside of Poinsettia Park near Hollywood. This video is one of several sent to us by residents in the area. Last month we showed you this one, another fight at the same encampment. Exasperated neighbors have called the city and LA City Councilman Paul Peretz's office, who represents the area. But so far, no action to remove the tents has happened.
So it's a tough topic to talk about.
Neighbors say they don't want to come off as insensitive to the problems of the homeless, but they also say the encampment is not just a nuisance, it's a safety issue.
I've seen people in the street stopping cars, yelling into cars, kids playing or running across the street. No one really wants to walk down the street.
It's like that everywhere. Like anywhere else, it's a big number of homeless people.
Since our first story aired in May on this encampment, it appears to have gotten smaller. And earlier this month, Councilman Peretz's office issued a statement saying his office has taken a zero-tolerance approach to crime at the location and is working with city departments and nonprofits to help the homeless here find another place to live. So while there's been some progress, it has not been enough for neighbors who say the crime, trash, and noise is nonstop.
So the community is supposed to feel supported. It's hard to be supported if you don't feel safe.
And speaking of safety, Councilman Peretz's office says they are also working with the LAPD to make sure there are stepped-up patrols in the area. Reporting live in Hollywood, I'm Tom Wade. Back to the studio.
At the second town hall meeting tonight in Compton of the brown tap water, residents voicing their concerns and frustrations over the water issue and the lack of quality at Sativa water. LA County Supervisor Janice Hahn has voted to start proceedings to dissolve the small water district.
We're here to hold Sativa accountable for the brown water. That's completely unacceptable. So we're going to follow up and ask questions about what they've been doing. We'll talk about what we've been working on.
Our customers started reporting brown water back in April. Tests determined that there was no health risk with that type of water, but many have switched to bottled water as a result. In response to USC scandal tonight, hundreds of women have accused a campus doctor of sexual assault. State lawmakers tonight are now taking a look at how California investigates abuse claims against doctors. Correspondent Angela Masala has the story tonight.
George Tyndall exploited the conservative Asian culture, knowing that many of the women he abused were unable to speak out loud.
Emotional and frustrated, Lucy Chi details her account of what happened in 2012 during an office visit with former USC doctor George Tyndall.
About 3 minutes into the exam, the chaplain knocked on the door and asked to come in. George Tyndall responded by telling her that I gave him permission to see me alone and locked the door.
She says Dr. Tyndall made sexually offensive comments toward her and then assaulted her. She isn't alone.
Dr. Tyndall intimidated me with racially charged, sexist comments about Black women's fertility, sexuality, and physicality.
According to a recent investigation by the LA Times, Tyndall is accused of assaulting hundreds of women at USC since the 80s. State Senator Jerry Hill held a hearing Monday morning in response to the allegations to examine how health practitioner discipline is handled. Medical institutions are required to submit reports to the licensing board within 15 days after being made aware of a problem. The attorney representing a handful of Tyndall's victims says USC did not do that.
It was efficient in hiding systemic molestation and abuse of women.
So what steps did USC take to remove Tyndall?
Employed physicians are subject to human resources policies.
HR policies, USC says, help remove Tyndall more quickly than the conventional process of having a peer review panel submit a report to the licensing board.
If USC had followed the law, I would have never seen this now.
A string of sexual misconduct allegations spanning decades now sparking a new will to protect California's patients.
More than 400 women have come forward with allegations against Dr. Tyndall.
Oh, wow. Who's looking gay? Are you gay, sir? You have changed your story every time.
Whoa.
A Northern California doctor is suspended for mocking a patient who was having an anxiety attack. Dr. Beth Keegstray was caught on video laughing at the patient and taunting him, claiming he didn't need the help as much as other patients there at the time.
I'm just so confused why someone would treat me like that without me being aggressive, without me being hostile. You know, they were the ones being hostile from the beginning.
In a statement, the hospital said the physician is a contracted provider and she's been removed from their ER schedule. And actress Heather Locklear is under a psychiatric evaluation after reportedly spiraling out of control over the weekend.
So the suicidal subject, Ruby's daughter, is trying to hurt herself and looking for a gun to shoot herself. She does not have access to any weapons. She is agitated and violent.
TMZ reports Locklear's mother called 911 yesterday. They're also reporting the former Melrose Place star violently choked her mother and hit her father when they went to her house. Locklear has been in rehab at least 5 times. She went to a treatment facility this past March, weeks after being arrested for domestic violence against her fiancé and striking officers when she was in custody.
Apple is making big changes with an aim at saving lives. The company's next operating system will pinpoint the precise location of 911 calls. Right now, emergency call centers do not get the detailed location information from mobile emergency calls. Instead, they get the location of the nearest cell phone tower transmitting the call. Apple's new operating system is set to be released sometime in September.
climate action at the federal level, but that doesn't mean that states and municipalities aren't taking action already. Many places already see this risk, and they're already taking steps to start addressing it.
The team of concerned scientists includes an interactive map you see there that allows users to actually drill down to the zip code they live in to see the potential impact. And to take a look for yourself, go to our website at kconline.com and click the
So by that sense, looking at the all they go do is post lies, go around and all this stuff. At least you can look at something. At least you know why. The people lie and do something to the television. They do it to them now, and they're ready now. Because they know about something they dance. Or say something smart or brilliant. They know what everybody knows. They know what they so give me love of what I'm trying to, recommend me with some stuff. But that's how I'm going to do that. People are people know that if you hear this coming from TV,
Unfortunately, the shit was funny. This dude thought he was going to voice his way get him up out of that race soldier. This is why I said, when you encounter a race soldier, you go out like a man. You go out like a soldier. For black people, don't go out like this. Say you're having a black person at the beach. Don't go out like this. If you don't go out like a man, go out like a soldier. So when the race soldiers came and pulled me out my house and I kept my head up, kept my mouth shut. Wearing a top, kept my head up like a soldier. Gonna stop somebody from getting one crime, one band. All the black folks, we gotta have dignity. That's what dignity is very important. Don't ever go out like that. You screaming like a bitch. No, grown ass man screaming like that. We better than that. I mean, come on, man. It's your church. No, that's what I mean being a boss. If they give you up, be a boss about it. You have dignity about your catfish. Okay? So you did set that standard for my house that this nigga's yelling and twitching with the shorts and the tank top all on the ground. Come on, man, understand. So women represent him with what he was doing was showing me all I'm a right next week. Let me go. That's what he was trying to do. That's what all that yelling was about. He was basically saying, I'm blaming. I'm a black woman. I'm a white woman. So remember, a lot of these gay black dudes think that the white man is their mind. You understand? A lot of gay black dudes be thinking in their mind, they have in their mind that it's a white woman. Like, I don't care about a white woman. He's gonna get that's what white women do, so let me yell.
That's kind of
no, we're like a white woman ain't no show, bro. My gay brothers and sisters. Y'all want to see a woman? I'll live with one.
Not only for that anyway, so it's like all it was failed. You pretty much turn this
I'll play it again, but all that yelling at the top of your lungs, that's not going to save you. You're not going to gain your way about it. Dealing with a race soldier, dealing with a white person. We're all in the same boat. You understand? Even more famous. Who deal with rockets for some reason, huh?
Rockets that Trump says will form an important part of his strategy for U.S. dominance in space.
And all that screaming.
Let's see.
Cockroaches and kidney dialysis clinics. He was sending out a gay siren. He thought the gay police was going to come and say, no. No, we're in the same boat, brother. That's why I try to get my gay sisters to understand.
What's going to be going on?
You don't share those straight black folks and don't get a job at the somebody said that.
Happy break up, man. I mean, I raised my daughter to go away the same way. Where's that at? Before you say, no, you gotta go. You gotta go. You can't be around the kids. You know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta see how